What's up, guys? It's another day. We got the amazing Bootaguchi Deadpool. This is not the version 2.0, this is the version 1.0. I do have one of these from about 7 years ago that we can use as like kind of a comparison to see how much the bootleg quality has improved over the years. Now, I know it's not the one with the max on it because it's not Deadpool 2.0, so it's not going to be really, really great, but hopefully it's a little bit better. It's got the same box as the amazing Yamaguchi Series 1 Deadpool. The back is actually, it's pretty well printed here, but it is a little bit, like, the writing on it is a little bit pixelated. You can kind of see that. So, the top's pretty good. I'm the insufferable Deadpool. Yeah. We're not going to keep the box. So, let's open this baby up. Actually, look at the back there. I might save the inside of that for something. But not the box. That's a pretty cool little picture. Maybe we'll throw it on the wall back there. And out of the box like that, he's got some stuff in the back here, which is his flight stand. That looks pretty good, actually. We'll see if it works later on. He's got all these little eyes up here. Bunch of different stuff. He's got two heads. He's got a lot of different eye options if we actually look at it that way. A lot of hand options here. The pick. That's cool. I don't think that little pick was there last time. That's for the eyes. And we'll see how good the back is, because we've had a bootleg of the the X-Force costume too that my dad got me one time. So see if this thing does. Maybe it's the same, but they just redid the plastic. Maybe it's the same one. Maybe it's better. Who knows? Let's open it up and find out. Alright, so this is what he looks like right out of the box. I'm not going to open up the eyes because they are still taped in here. We have a more serious pair up here. We got this, neutral pair, and then the hard eyes. And all these are painted very nicely. I wish I could show you that one without opening it up. But they are all painted very nicely to be like a serious eye. All the standard stuff that you need. This head here, again, actually has very well painted eyes. I'm very impressed by the paint apps on this bootleg. And there is a little bit of stuff up here that I just need to maybe sand a little bit. But this is actually my kind of preferred head for the figure, and it's going to be going on him after we are done this little review here. We also got he's got one fist on him, and a thumbs up on him. So we got those down here. We got the thumbs up for the other hand and the fist for the other hand. He also has these, I believe these are kind of split open, relaxed hands that he comes with for each hand. The paint apps on all of these are also very well done. There's not really any, paint slop on this, which is kind of crazy. There's a little bit of paint missing on his trigger finger glove right here on the black part. But other than that, it's doing pretty good. So with this one too. Okay, we checked that off. This one actually is very much so more, it's tighter than the bootleg X-Force one there for this joint, which is really nice because that one's very, it doesn't really hold where I want it to go. So it typically always fell back like that. This, I feel like, can be more wide on his back, which would be awesome. But we do also have the blades, the katanas, which have, again, great paint detail. There's no slop on these things. It's absolutely insane. I thought I had a little bit of skepticism for this Deadpool due to how the Wolverine looks in the box, which we'll get to the Wolverine review next, right after this one. But Goodness gracious, there are some definite QC issues on that boy, and it is a little unfortunate, but luckily enough, I am willing to actually put the work into the bootleg and put some paint on it. The guns are actually really good too. You might be able to put like a little dry brush on them to make the details pop a little more, but the casting is done well. There's a little bit of the plastic they had to cut off at the top. Okay, it's a little white on that part, but that's all right. And I'm not sure if I did share this. If I did, it won't be in here. But we have this base, which comes with every single one of these. It's like an action pose base. It's really cool. I enjoy it a lot. Apparently, you don't need it with this guy because he can stand up and his joints don't feel like they're going to do anything wrong. So let's get a move on with his articulation. We're going to zoom into him a little bit here. And all right, so now we're going to start off with the articulation here. So we can see some of the joints are a little bit popped out, a little bit more prominent, especially around the shoulder area, and the elbows are a little bit ball joint looking. This is kind of what happens with bootlegs. It's not that big of a deal. The legs, however, are pretty good. The knees are usually the issue with a lot of these figures. So the fact that he can stand up without me having to hold him or put a stand underneath him is pretty darn good. So I'm not going to put it together right now at this exact second, but this is the clasp that they give you. It's kind of got a little bit of an extra backing. I don't know if that'll make it a better idea or not. It's kind of an upside down. I had it upside down is what I meant. Or you can have that on the bottom maybe. I'm not too sure. But we will figure it out. I haven't actually seen a flight stand like that before. Feels like it could actually hold the stuff, or if it doesn't hold it, you could tighten it up with a little bit of a screwdriver there. Maybe we'll see, because I don't think he has a thing to plug into his back. Oh, he does. Right down here. Is that where we're supposed to plug it in? Nope. Supposed to plug it in on his back? Nope. See, so we can't do that. So we will have to put that flight stand together. Does it actually go together? Yes, it does. All right, cool. We'll see if this can actually hold the action figure up in a pose with the power of editing. I fucked up, and I should not have done that. But he's falling apart. So, as you can see, through the power of editing, he does stay up. It is a little loose. And through the posing, I actually somehow broke his arm off the exact same way the other one. And give me a second here. Maybe this is just a me thing. Maybe I'm just too... but like, look right here. This is the old dude. You can see the difference in the paint and plastic quality. I do believe this is a better bootleg, and this might be user error. I can fix that, obviously, and probably better than that one, especially now. But yeah, we'll just not have the full range of articulation there for myself. We'll put this off to the side. Again, not a big deal. Kind of a little sad just because, like, I don't like breaking my stuff. Like, nobody likes breaking their stuff, right? So we'll get him off this and go through some articulation, at least with the one side. So we'll start with the articulation. We got his head up here. It goes all the way up that high. And it can go all the way down like that if you use the neck joint, which is based down here on the non-broken side. And if you yourself decide to actually take care of your figure instead of breaking it, you can go up that high with both of those. You can also kind of make it go a little bit higher if you angle it differently. It does do a 360 spin. It's just a little bit harder to do, and I'm not really feeling breaking it. So it does have a good bend there. You can 360 spin all this too. That one I'm not afraid of breaking because it is the elbow. And the wrist is pretty good as well. Give me a hot second to fix that elbow there. All right. Now, when it comes down to the torso, he can do quite a good crunch. Does make it quite gappy on the back, but if you're trying to make him sit down or feel like he's downtrodden, beaten up or whatever, then this is good. Like, oh, goodness gracious. Or if he's like throwing up a chimichanga or something, you know. The waist is pretty good too. It's kind of a little limited due to the belt. As we can see, it can pop right off due to it being a bootleg. Pops right back in. The joints are actually very tight. They aren't that loose at all. These have their own little joints on them, and they can also be pulled out. They have the thigh cut here. Sorry, not the thigh cut. This is like the hip joints. The hip joints that are like kind of like cut in. It's very strange. Amazing Yamaguchi is very stylized. They also have the thigh cuts too, though. That was moving there. On both sides, they have it. Double jointed, or sorry, this is like Amazing Yamaguchi ball jointed knees, which gives them a very deep bend on both knees there. Yeah, that's a very strange. They have this joint here. I don't even know how to explain that joint. It's weird for me. I'm usually not like. Usually it's double jointed, but that's a very weird ball joint system that I'm kind of a fan of, if I'm being honest, because you can hide it with their little flaps. So maybe I should start getting an actual one of these and seeing what the actual rage for Yamaguchi is, because the Bootaguchis are making me want to get a legitimate one. They have a decent ball at the ankle, which gives it a good little amount of twist, tilt, everything, like pivot. It's great. You got articulation, which is always a bonus on a figure that likes to imitate people. So you can go down or whatever if he has to get close, crouchy. Probably have to put the flight stand on him because he's not the real figure, but maybe not. Probably. Yeah, no. But anyways, let's move on to comparing them to other people. Off camera, I set these two up. I tried to set this guy up, and he kept falling over. As you can clearly see, these two have different tones of red and black. These are more muted, and these are more like bright and vibrant. Apparently, well, that was my fault. But apparently, this Bootaguchi from Temu did not want to stay up. Look at him. He doesn't want to. Another figure that might be in your collection, since it is a newer Marvel Legend. We have the Final Swing Suit Spidey. And to be honest, these guys look kind of short because Tom Holland figures are a little bit shorter than most other Spidey figures. So, they are what they are. We're going to bring over somebody that's a little relevant. Unfortunately, I don't have the other version of him. I only have this version. And he is an angry, bearded boy, Maestro. And if you've seen Deadpool and Wolverine, you know why he's here with these guys. Gotta move it back more. Oh my gosh. So as we can see here, Maestro is quite tall. He does tower over these guys, but that is kind of to be expected with a Hulk figure, you know? We're gonna bring someone else in over here. We got ourselves the SH Figure Arts Mario, and he's about 3/4 of their height, which is kind of crazy to me. Maybe just maybe a little bit more like half of the height, just a little over half of the height. And of course, we have to have Cassandra Nova. Oh, shit. My bad. Sorry, Chuck. Wrong Xavier. So, all in all, he's a pretty good bootleg if you can find him. But I would highly recommend trying to find the V 2.0 version, I guess. The two try to find the 2.0 version because make sure it says max on the box when you're buying it, and hopefully you'll get the best Bootaguchi Deadpool you could ever ask for. If you like this type of content, make sure you like, share, follow, subscribe, do all of that rigmarole, and most of all, stay frosty.